Okay, folks, a music documentary following the life of Greg Allman. How about that? And you could see it for yourself on June 17th. And here with the details on the screening, welcome David Spero, who's also going to appear at that screening, which I think is great. You know, we did that thing, you were at the Documentary Film Festival.
Correct.
And we talked about that film in front of all the folks. I can't tell you how many people talked to me afterwards that enjoyed that talk so much.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's cool.
And that's really wonderful. So when I heard you're going to do this is great. So it's June 17th.
At 7:30 at the Cedar Lee Theater.
Okay, and we're going to talk about the Allman Brothers. So how do you focus on them? Because they were all over the place for a while.
They were, and you know, my life involved with them was I managed Dickie Betts for over 30 years. So, you know, I was involved in all the Allman Brother stuff.
So there was like, there was actually, was it confrontation or was it divorce?
Well, it was, you know, drugs were a big part of that band, unfortunately. You know, for Greg, after losing his brother Dwayne in a motorcycle accident, I don't think he was ever the same. They were so close together. And that's why, like, John Keats is the director, and him and his brother Stacy are incredibly close, which was why he was chosen to put this documentary together. Of course, he's won Academy Awards.
Right.
Also did the David Crosby, the Linda Ronstadt documentaries.
I'm so anxious to see this. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I was just watching the screener last night, and it's a really interesting story. I mean, you know, he's been through, his dad had been shot and killed. You know, his brother gets killed in a motorcycle accident. Him and Cher, that whole relationship that they had.
That was a whole other world of drama, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, a different world of people.
I interviewed Greg for a different TV station back in the 70s, right when that happened. And I was told, you know, I wasn't allowed to ask him anything about Cher, but the first thing he said to me is, so let's talk about Cher.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Well, you know what, and you know this for sure because you're in that world. You talk to handlers all the time, and handlers think they're doing the right thing for their client, but they're not. Sometimes they're covering up, they're trying to shape the client. You know, you see all these pictures here. This must take you back, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Well, there's Dickie right now.
Greg?
It's funny, everybody looked at Dwayne Allman as the greatest guitar player. When people asked him what's it like to be the greatest guitar player, he would say, well, you'll have to ask Dickie Betts.
You know, you were around the greatest guitar players.
Yeah.
It must be hard for you to...
Joe Walsh, Dickie Betts, I mean, you know, a lot, Jimmy Page, you know.
Jimmy Page, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. You watch it, like I said, last time you did this, people were wild about it. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to see David talk about this at the Cedar Lee Theater on what, the 17th?
17th, 7:30.
I'm choking up, I'm so emotional.
Well, are you going to come by?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get you a ticket.
Get me a ticket. When you see some of these things, do you remember personalities? Do you remember songs? What flashes back first?
You know, Greg was a very quiet guy, and he wasn't a big talker about things. And you know, the times that I spent with him when we got our the Grammy for Lifetime Achievement Award for the Allman Brothers, Dickie chose not to go there because they were not all get along. Yeah. So he asked me to go.
With him.
Yeah,
he had other ways to say that.
Yeah, he asked me to go accept it for him, and Greg was just so open. And I really felt there was an opportunity at some time that they would get together. And we actually talked about maybe doing Greg and Dickie tours. I talked with Greg's manager, who's also the producer of the film, about doing that.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'd gotten a call from Derek Trucks, one of the guitar players in the band, and he said, look, Greg is really in bad shape. He's dying. And we need to get them together before that happens. So we came up with a plan where I told Dickie that Greg's wife called me.
Wow.
Derek told Greg that I had called him. We set up this time for them to call, and for the last 3 months of Greg's life, they talked pretty much every day.
So this opportunity here is opportunity to listen to David unpack some legendary stories for sure, and it'd be a lot of fun for you too to
Of
meet,
course it is.
meet people who
Of
love this.
course
So
it
June
is.
17th, 7:30 at the Cedar Lee Theater. Great place. There's a great brewery next door. There's a great wine store up the street. There's a bunch of restaurants there. You can go out to dinner before, show up there and have a great time. Just make sure you have a ticket and don't get shut out, because hearing this from you is really a special treat.
Well, thank you. And then on the 18th, I'll be at the Music Box talking about the Upbeat Show.
So there you go. So yeah, the upbeat show that your dad did. So
Right.
yeah, so great to see you, and thank you very much for
Always
joining
a
us.
pleasure, David.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet.